Hello there, ladies and gentlemen! Here we are. Good to see you guys here already, that's pretty awesome. I was, yeah, I've just been, like, tabbed out watching a bit of Netflix, actually. So who we got on the chat here, then? We've got AT, how you doing there, my friend? Pirate Joe, Carl, Justin, Abaddon, Swordfish, you traitor son of a bitch, Justin Horizon. Very nice. Hello there, Thrawn, Anno, how you doing there, my friend? Cursor, how you doing? Hanging out to class for 2 minutes. Okay, fair enough. We'll go a little bit quicker than normal then, just to indulge Carl there. How you doing there, Keith? Hello there, Dobry. What's up there, Paul? How you doing? Okay. Hello there, Harkon. Ooh, there's a lot on the line on this one here. I don't think there's really a situation here where we might lose anything like as such. We'll see. I just need the Yokosuka 3rd SLF to actually score a victory in Malaya. I mean, if we can actually snag Malacca and Kuala Lumpur in one day, that would be fantastic. Indeed, THG has joined our cult. I like that. How you doing there, Padaloo? Hello there, Dutchy. Right then. So we're looking for save 10. That's not a shooting star, said Burning Zero. Well, we've not really had many zeros go down for a while here, have we? Hello there, Isochrome, how you doing there, my friend? AMMW, how you doing? Hey XDRG, did you know a successful invasion of Australia will basically win you the game? Yeah. We'll have to take a look at that. We are going to be invading parts of Australia should things go well, but we'll see how things go. I got big exams here today, Akola? Well, good luck, my friend. Hello there, Franz Ferdinand and no name. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get right into this then, all for the sake of Carl. Now, Kido Butai is going south this turn. They shouldn't be too far from Norfolk Island. So, there, Roach, how you doing there, my friend? For those of you who somehow don't know Roach by now, do go ahead and check out his channel. Okay. Never a bad way to start out. Right, so we should take Pakoi today as well. Right, so amphibious landing here at Cagayan. So these would be the reinforcements from Cotabato. So that's very good then. I mean, there's always that possibility that he may launch another deliberate attack at Cagayan, but I really do doubt it, especially now with the reinforcements. And we can see that there are, yeah, there's a submarine over here. We see that gun, I'm going to say it's gunboat patrol boat, whatever you want to call it. Hello there, Sean Back, how you doing there, my friend? Yep, I'll be looking to start my own Rule the Waves 2 series sometime soon, actually. It's going to be fun. I'm going to play as the Russians. Just need you guys to decide as to whether it's going to be the Imperial Russians or the Soviets. Okay, so 17 Allied casualties there. We actually take 0 casualties from the initial landings. Of course, we still probably will lose some troops on the unloading process. But pretty good, yeah. 2 squads disabled there. That's quite good. I mean, this is going to help to build up that disruption and fatigue on the Americans there. Gonna get the Kido Butai, Kido Butai, not Kido Butai. Oh dear. Okay. I think we're having a day of rest at Loyang. It's either a day, we're either attacking at Loyang, something just went down there. Ooh, that was lucky. I'm hearing the sound of something sinking, I don't know what that is. We'll have to double check on that. Oh, hello. Now, this is possibly a British submarine, possibly a Dutch one, but I'm thinking it's going to be a British one, perhaps. But either way, we're actually doing some good damage here. Okay, we abandoned the search for a submarine here. We do land one hit there, that's fine. And as long as it doesn't hit the heavy cruisers, then we're absolutely fine. Imperial Russians, hey? That's gonna be cool. Yeah, right, well, what we're gonna be doing here then? once we are, we're going to unload an okay amount of supplies. I'm not looking at unloading all the supplies there, but I do want to get this force moving back into China, along with Kido Butai. We need to reform Kido Butai in its full extent and have it move into the Celebes Sea to fully support the area. Yeah, we've got Kido Butai, which is our baby Kido Butai, and we've got, yeah, right, now that is interesting. We've got Oklahoma. I'm honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit surprised here, but this is really interesting. Bombardment. He can't be landing forces. I mean, if he lands forces, then bring it on. But this is really quite interesting. So we actually do see Oklahoma here out of port. This is actually extraordinary. And may the submarines descend upon Oklahoma with great fury and fire. Yeah, she's really going all in there with the guns. I can imagine we'll take a little bit of damage here, but yeah, we have more than enough troops on Midway to sustain this sort of damage. And at the end of the day, this is only temporary damage. Besides the men that die, but yeah. So we do have our AMC still on its way to Midway. We'll obviously have to see how far away it is, and obviously don't go in there while the enemy warships are there. And don't forget to check for the possible damage on your subs. Yep, we'll have to do that one. Indeed, target practice, right, Nevada here as well. So these are going to be the older American battleships. It's a little unfortunate that they're out of port so soon, but our strike on Pearl Harbor was less than stellar. But still, this is actually really intriguing to see that the American battleships are out of play here. Okay, so we'll see who is also here then, Crosby. Okay, let's see what the actual result of this bombardment is then, shall we? Yeah, that was a big old bombardment. I'm quite glad I did speed it up. Yeah, he's very close to the range here. That's a lot of bombardment. Okay, and for all of that, we suffer 26 casualties. Hello there, Tone. How you doing there, my friend? Ah, GM for the people. Welcome, my friend. I don't think I've seen you in the stream before, so welcome here. But this is rather interesting, then. So we can actually see the Oklahoma and the Nevada in action. Intriguing. Now, I can imagine that's not going to be quite as stellar as he would like. Yeah, this is why you need minefields. I wish we had a minefield at Midway. That'd been great. We are going to be looking at establishing our minefields sooner, rather than later. But that's good to know there. Okay, so fair old bit of damage on the airfield itself. The port has taken a few hits there, the runway's taken a few hits. It doesn't particularly matter too terribly much. We'll get an engineer's van. I don't mind how long it takes to repair the airfield. We're not using it right now. He might be just using Midway to gain experience. Perhaps so. Perhaps so. Yeah, he filled the island with shells and only killed 26 men. Oh dear. I'm going to get some engineers onto Midway, and then we can begin building fortifications, really. I'd like to get some aviation support, but if I can build some fortifications up in the meantime, that'd be quite nice. Okay. Well, thank God for that. Thank God for that. Okay. Yeah, both task forces evade combat, so he has... Yeah, I'm pretty glad they've withdrawn there, but I'm not happy about that. So it looks like he's got 4 patrol ships there just outside of Koumac. 3 allied ships to the south, 2 allied ships there. That's intriguing. And they're going to be in the path of Kido Butai as well. Okay, here we go. These sweeps over Kuala Lumpur and Malacca. And these sweeps, I can imagine, were completely unnecessary, but I didn't want to take any chances. That's a mine layer, okay. Yeah, indeed, intense sweating just then, really. I really want to see these actual Yeah, I want to see the parachuters. I want to see the paratroopers do their job. I want to see the Yokosuka 3rd SLF do their job. Okay, 8 allied casualties there. Yeah, that's something to note there. I think I do have 2 destroying minesweepers in the general area, so we'll take some minesweepers in there. I mean, to be honest, we probably have a force that could deal with the men at Koumac. We'll just have to fly supplies in. I mean, we have flying supplies in as we are. He's not making it easy on me. I don't know how long that could have been there. It might have only just arrived here in this turn. Right, here we go. Kido Butai has found a target. What have we found here? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Severe damage to the Silkworth. What else is here? Right, the American. Apt name. Dardanus. Critical damage. I didn't expect to find cargo ships here, so this is actually really quite handy. Ideally, we finish off the other ship here, the American. There we go, hit on the American. That's a really ironic name, okay. Now, any casualties? Any troops? No, but this is, That is really interesting. I don't know why he would have this force out this way. He must have genuinely thought I must have been heading west. That must be why those ships are here. This is actually really an interesting result then, so I think we might have actually got something of a coup here, because it looks as if he's actually expecting me to go directly towards Australia ASAP, which obviously could have been made sense. Would explain why these ships are potentially here. Might be to try and lure me away. But I can't see any reason why he would send cargo ships over this way. I mean, were they headed to Norfolk Island? Were they headed to Noumea? Where the hell were these guys heading? I mean, they're without escort. I mean, that's interesting. We're going to have to see what happens here unless there might even be some aircraft aboard here or something of that nature. We'll have to see what happens. But the American on fire, Dardanus is on fire. Maybe a second strike to finish them, but either way, they're not going to be lasting too long, are they? Something just went down there as well, so I'm going to assume that was the ship that we hit 6 times. Yeah, Dardanus, American. American reported hit. New drinking game when I say interesting, I like that. Yeah, it's one of those things I do tend to say a few words every now and then. You guys would be absolutely... yeah, you'd be paralytic. Caledonia spotted over to Vi. Died of alcohol poisoning. I'm trying not to say it, and it's really hard to not say it now. It makes me want to say it even more. Right, and the cows are still in the area as well. This is really intriguing. Ah, I got you there, didn't I? I didn't say that word. I don't know what it's trying to achieve here. Okay, that did significantly more damage. They are disabled, but that did a surprising amount of damage there. Was that a ground attack? Yeah, it looks like it was a ground attack. Yeah, ground attack there. Jesus, look at the altitude here. That's, it's not too bad. I mean, this is it. It looks worse than it really is. Yeah, I mean, these are only casualties, so they're only disabled, but... I mean, we do have submarines over there, so the longer he remains in that area, the higher the possibility we actually do strike home lucky with the submarine there. Right, I need my actual paratroopers to land. Please do it shortly. I mean, if it's going to go for Midway, I don't know. It will be one that, did my paratroopers not fly? Because I kind of needed them to fly. Okay, deliberate attack over here. We should... I can't remember if we've actually set ourselves to attack a Loyang, to be honest. I can't bloody remember. This attack's looking very good. Yeah, that second provincial Chinese corps isn't looking too strong in their feet. If they stay in this hex one more day, then I'll shock attack them. But yeah, they're retreating here, okay. We'll continue to chase them down. There we go. 214 casualties, only one squad destroyed here. So, they've got the terrain, leaders, morale, experience. 2,824 allied casualties there. 154 squads destroyed, 98. 1 and 3. That's good news. So we'll chase them down, continue on our way towards Kuelin. There we go, shock attack at Pakoi. I really hope that we did land in Malaya. It doesn't seem like we have, but we'll see what happens. It might be due to the weather. Oh no, we have landed! Oh! Yes! Banzai! Oh, dreams do come true! Oh, yes! Oh god, I'm feeling quite emotional now. I'm so goddamn happy that happened there. Oh, freaking Tenahaka Banzai, guys. Oh, this is great. Okay. We can get a regiment rolling this turn. Today, 2,000 plus men will roll today. They're on the rail lines. Everybody else is getting on the... Oh, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. We are going to get these men down here to war. Yes. Oh... That's really glad. I'm really glad of that. We're actually going to be able to make up some time here. This is fantastic. We might even be able to catch these men out at Mersing. This is brilliant, brilliant news. I'm so happy, as you can tell. Okay, it looks like I've told them to rest a day at Loyang then. That's fine. I couldn't bloody remember. Oh god, I'm so giddy. Interestingly, no submarine attacks from our own submarines here this time round. Relatively, It's one of those turns, isn't it? When it's a short turn, but it's really quite packed with a lot of things going on here. The merchant feels a samurai. I like that. That's great. I'm really glad that worked out. I mean, that could have gone so very badly wrong. He could have very well had men there. But that's brilliant news. Yeah, the first use of the paratroopers is complete success, and that is exactly what we need here. I'm so goddamn glad of that. That saved me so much time. So much time, it's unreal. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look over here at Midway. Yeah, that AMC's not too far away now. They are bringing quite a bit of supply there. I might have them... It's hard to say. I'm not going to have them arrive at the area yet. So what I'm going to do then is actually tell them, head down this way. Actually, I'll have you hang... just head to Marcus Island for the time being then. Just head to Marcus Island. I could even potentially set up the engineers at Marcus Island. It wouldn't be a bad idea considering there's already an airfield. We might actually consider Marcus Island over Midway for the time being. Right, we're aware of a carrier possibly in this area. Right, you've been patrolling around here, okay. Right, so we still have not yet discovered where the American cruisers are, but I can imagine they went west then. I do find this a little bit worrisome. And we didn't see any submarine attacks over here either, which is really quite intriguing. I think what we might do here is actually assemble a surface raider force, or a surface force, with the, yeah, just destroyers over here. Okay. Right. Yeah, we did send the heavy cruiser up towards Tulagi, moving west. Interesting. Thinking Kido Butai should go south one more day. Well, what we're going to do here then, I mean, unfortunately the jig is up already before it's began, but it's actually led to a pretty good result there. We're going to head towards Norfolk Island. Then again, we might just, I don't know, it depends really. We could head south. I think we'll head directly south, give or take, somewhere around this sort of area here. Yeah, if we head to round about this spot here, what I want to try and do is give him the impression I'm heading to Auckland. I want to give him the impression I'm moving to New Zealand and then sweep in towards Sydney. Those paratroopers drop from monoplanes. Oh dear, I'm so happy about that. So happy. I mean, we do have the submarines returning from the American coastline here, so whatever's out in the waters might soon be in peril if it stays out that way. I don't have a direction here. I'm going to continue to patrol along the island chain here. How are the men doing? Okay. I don't really expect him to be coming here. I'm going to leave the naval guard on combat. Yeah. Yeah, mostly support troops here. They've only got a single howitzer, a couple infantry squads, mostly support. At least support is something that we have in abundance now. Okay. And will you attack in the north of China this turn? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. So... that's interesting. How the hell did that... okay. Yeah, we'll have to attack here then. The Chinese have escaped here. Now, the thing is, right, we're moving here. I'm going to leave them and have them continue to move. It's unfortunate. So it seems we haven't been able to block the road here. I needed a unit to be there, but we accidentally cancelled that, didn't we? That's a shame. We'll see what happens. We have more supplies than we need, which is fantastic. What's the state of the men here? Take a look at the infantry. Fatigue surprisingly high for some of these divisions. Okay, is this the 29th division? Could actually be upgraded. Disruption's quite low. I mean, fatigue is high for this division. Is it the 27th division with the fatigue there at 30? That's a fair old amount of fatigue there, actually. Heading directly south does two things. One, it might catch the cruisers if they ran to New Zealand, and two, might find more cargo ships. I don't know. I think it's one of these of, we do what he's not expecting, really. We could hit Auckland. I don't know. We'll decide on that one, really. It might be one of those where we're going to be close enough to actually just warrant it for a day. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. I'm going to set the men to attack this turn. I mean, we do have an unbelievable amount of AV here, just shy of 4,000 assault value. So I'm going to set up a shock attack. I'd go for a, sorry, a deliberate attack. I'd go for a shock attack, but I don't want to see massive casualties. We'll decide on that one if we want to change it to a shock, but for now I'm going to go in a deliberate attack. So Pak Hoi has finally fallen over here now, so we're going to return to the border at Nanning. Or we could even... we could actually march up this road here from the south, actually. That'd make a lot more sense. So... let's take a look at the roads. So there are roads over here, then that's good to see. I mean, obviously this would take longer. But it would give me a unit to cross here. We could even potentially... yeah, we'll move this unit over this way. Okay. I don't know, I think we'll have a good thinking of it, really. Yeah, you're right there, Cola. It's really helped us out. Oh, sorry, Pelelu, before you do go. So I'm going to quickly show you how to rename a turn here. So you just bring it up and then you click and then you go like that, and you can type whatever you like. So that is how you do it. So once again, and click there. And yeah, and then you just use your keyboard. Yeah, Pakoi requires a garrison. How much of a garrison does it need, actually? Only 20. I could potentially... do I have the ability to split this unit? I don't, but I should be able to move some units from over here to Hainan, well, from Samar, to that area without much issues. Okay. And well, we know he has ships there. The subs near Auckland have seen ships there constantly. Might... we can take a look at that. Those 2 battleships at Midway are an inviting target. Could land-based naval bombers be brought to bear? Unfortunately not. They're not within range, and obviously we don't want to base them on Midway. There's no aviation support, and the airfield's kind of fucked up at the moment. Okay. Shake the Kiwi Orchard. Oh, that's weird then, Pelilu. I don't know about that one, man. Okay. That's going to give him a bit of a rude awakening. That's going to be really interesting. No supply, but let's take a look at the booty that we have captured here. So we see that we have the size 2 airfield here, which is fantastic. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at that just now then. So, list all active ships, we'll take a look at the submarines. Sort by system damage. Okay, so you're over here at Kotobaru. I-124, didn't we actually give you orders to set out? Over here at Quadrilin. Yeah, you're on your way back. 111 is just on... Oh, right, okay. There must have been another one here then, so 124. Unless she's only just arrived. Looks like she's only just arrived, to be fair. So we'll have her sent to Saigon. At least then she'll be able to undergo repairs. I'm sure it was the I-124, and I must have forgot to actually send her there. Yeah, we'll get some garrisons in there when we get the opportunity. I'm gonna more than likely choose some awful troops, something like that. We'll see. Hello there, Infinite. So, my friend, we have... Well, we managed to succeed over here. We did secure the 2 bases here with the paratroopers, and incredibly, we have seen the emergence of the American battleships. There we go. So, Oklahoma, Nevada, over at 158.921, which is obviously, yeah, it's a night naval bombardment at Midway. They did actually pop up and bombard Midway. We then did see later on the carrier hitting the actual troops there. We did see, just at Koumac over here, we do see 3 patrol boats and a cruiser miner, which is actually really quite interesting. The Bungaree would be a good target. Disband on arrival, indeed. Yeah, we'll do that. That'd be a good idea. Right. And then Kido Butai actually detected a group of 3 American transports over here. Well, 3 Allied transports, which is really quite interesting. Looks like self-worth would have definitely gone down. Unfortunately, the American of Dardanus weren't hit too hard. We'll have to go ahead and take a look at the operational reports, really. Yep, and here was the American carrier raid. Flying at 2,000 feet, yeah, we really don't have any AA, unfortunately, there at the island. And 208 casualties, but, yeah, disabled. Landers at Gagayan. Our deliberate attack with the 38th Division was a success, driving the Chinese forwards. Pakoi has fallen to our forces. And we take Kuala Lumpur and Malacca there. Very nice. Okay. So I've told the AMC to move out that area. Now, I am worried about the AMCs over here. It's not something I really want to tangle with. Yeah, we have claudes on the Kido Butai. We had a awful Pearl Harbor due to my bloody inexperience at the beginning of the campaign. So we lost quite a few zeros, so obviously had to make up some of the numbers there. So we do have A5 and 4 claudes on the Kido Butai to make up the numbers. Okay, I'm going to have them retire. Yeah, we'll take a look at that in just a moment. I'll have them make for full speed here. I'm so glad he was. Okay, that makes me feel significantly better. Okay, I'm going to set some waypoints over here. I'm going to have to tease him about that. That's brilliant. Why am I not seeing that altar? You're not bloody heading back to the cow, I can tell you that one. What are you producing as far as X6Ms? We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Okay, so you're gonna head to Tulagi. I might not even run them at full speed, they are speedy enough. I'm gonna keep them just at mission speed, to be fair. Many bad words were said, oh. I wish I could see that. Actually, you know what, I'm kind of tempted to actually head south with the AMCs. I could potentially snag Norfolk Island, and potentially even, could snag some of these other islands while Kido Butai is around here. At least they, well then again, Kido Butai is going to be moving south. Concerned about this. I might send out a destroyer task force to go and deal with them, to be honest. Right, so these troops have been unloaded, that's good news. Okay, so mine laying. That's fine, I don't need a fuel. Jesus, there really is zero fuel here? Okay. Right, lay mines. That would be good. At least that would actually give us, something in the way of defense there. Tell him I thought I-16s were lousy Russian biplanes. Oh dear. We've not restarted the bomb production as of yet. Yeah, it was a pretty poor, bloody strike, to be honest. I'm half tempted to detach the heavy cruiser Kinakusa, possibly alongside the destroyed minesweepers, but I might have the destroyed minesweepers turn around anyhow. We might, I don't know, we might turn back, it's interesting. We're about a day out here. I think we need to decide on the actual operations here. That's no good. Right, maintenance, repair. Maintenance, repair, so we'll have 2 more tomorrow. Oh dear. That's intriguing though. I really do wonder why he's actually sent them there. Right, you've not been spotted either, that's good. Okay. We'll take a look at the tracker in a little bit, but we are looking about 6900 a month. The real star is the K-43-1Cs, to be honest. No longer producing the G4M1s, H6Ks, or the K-21s at the moment. Reason being just building the engines. Build that stockpile. Okay. Quickly go ahead and take a look at the ships sunk and what else we might find. We'll take a look at aircraft losses first and foremost. Ooh, none today. None today. He does lose an F4, F3 wildcard. Catalina goes down, SPD goes down. We do lose a 0 here, so that must have been possibly over Malaya. The Allied Task Force South and New May is a Allied cargo task force, as far as we can tell. It is just, yeah, it just seems like 2 left here. Yeah, I wish I had the Emily's. No, nobody did. Water left for the transport, yeah, indeed. Only 69 A-System-2s at the moment. Obviously that expansion has been increased to 100 per month. And we're looking to go for about 100 and 150k for the 3-1Cs. Each month, really. Or am I thinking per day? I forget which one it needs to be. No, it'd be about a month, okay. Yeah, 150 per month, that's it. Sorry, 100 zeros per month, 150k for the freeze a month. Oh dear. Okay, so let's take a look at our forces over here to Kagayan. Right. So we have our troops aboard over here then, that's good. That's good. The Americans didn't attack over here. So we have far more supply than we need right now, which is fantastic. Now, we do have 120 assault value here, so that's very good. Let's take a look at the state of the men here. Yep, so we're going to have them just rest for some time. The second SLF isn't too bad there, only 8 fatigue and 4 disruption. It's the 16th Infantry Regiment that needs to recover here. Obviously, they did come under attack, so we'll allow them to recover. Now, we do have another force over here then. They're carrying Yokosuka and Sasebo, so basically naval forces there, naval infantry. Now, we could have them land... We are a little bit of a numerical inferiority there, but it's not too bad. Okay. So, the Singapore Express, aka the Kido Butai, has been detected, but I'd imagine that must be coming from... hello. Right, so I see the patrol ships over here, man. Okie what is going on around Loyang? We'll take a look at that in just a moment. So, we do have... The 5th Armoured Car Company did make it to here. But it seems the enemy has been able to move into actual hex. So what I've done here is, for the moment, until we really decide what we want to do, is I've set them to a deliberate attack. But there was no attack on either side there. Okay, 13th Independent Mixed Brigade. About, what, 2 days, give or take, until they arrive at Wenchao. Ah, hello there, Tobias. How you doing, my friend? See, the thing is, I can restart the Character 21 production, but without the engines, I'm not going to produce any. It's just... It's more so... I mean, we're still building the facilities. We're just not producing them as far as I'm aware. So, we'll still have that production there when ready. But I just need to get the engines to where they need to be at the moment. There are at least 4 islands, these celebrities. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, obviously, it's a general area. I mean, obviously, over here could have float planes as well. We know there's aircraft over here. Ah, thank you so very much there, Tobias. Man, that really... I really do appreciate that. I actually really do, Itachi. Thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. Still intrigued by the LST. I don't know how much I really put credence on that. Yeah, so I see fighters over here. 26 fighters. Interesting, really. Fighters are well and good, but if you don't have any bombers, what's the point? It's only really to protect Balikpapan against bombers for the most part. You'd shock attack them. I suppose it would make a good bit of sense while they're actually trapped here. I suppose at the end of the day we do have a gross amount of AV, and they are still within the hex, and yeah, okay. So, with that, we'll go for the shock attack. I mean, there's 30 less thousand men here, give or take. Not too bad. We've had some time to rest as well. We have the headquarters here, obviously, planning over the area. Yeah, Makasai, Ambon. Yeah, that's very right. For the most part, I'm still... Yeah, I think I'm still going to have the Singapore Express move over towards Cam Bay. Or even potentially have them meet in the middle. I want to reform an actual force that is going to be capable of supporting the amphibious operations in the area. Then obviously having a decent amount of air power is not a bad thing. Right. still need the actual troops over here. So we have bombarded Kuantan. The only bloody issue is I can't take control of it without infantry, which is unfortunate. The condition of the troops at Loyang is varied. A few of the divisions, one of them has 30 fatigue, and if we take a look at this, let's take a look at the infantry here for the time being. The one I was a little bit worried about was, in fact, the 27th Division there. Disruption's not too bad, it's just the fatigue that worries me. Table equipment isn't too bad, yeah. 36 has taken a bit of a beat in there. For the most part, within, mostly in the 90s. And would it be worth it sending the mini Kido Butai down the Makassar Strait? I'd say in the future, if we actually have battleship support and decent AA, then we could definitely consider doing that. Yeah. I mean, Hermes is in that area, as pointed out there, so we do have to bear that one in mind. She might not have much in the way of torpedoes, but at the end of the day, a torpedo is a bloody torpedo. And if it strikes home, it's going to hurt. If this actually indicates the fortifications in the Hex, it seems as if there isn't any, which is good news. We'll come back to that one. Definitely shock attack, okay. I suppose it's the best opportunity that we have, really. Shock bombard. Yeah, plenty of armor here as well. Ideally, the armor can actually win the day for us. I can imagine it will do a really nice job. I don't think they'll have much in the way of AT. Have you considered looping around east of Celebes into the area around Soribaja? Soribaja? I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah, something like that, perhaps. Yeah, that's true. We never will have really very good AA. I'd like to give them something in the way of battleship support, to be honest, but then again, it might be a case of burning fuel. Let us see. We could do with rearming. Use air attacks to slow them, okay. And when will you attack a Wenchao? Let's take a look. The issue is the fortifications. In broader context, the Axis imperative is to attain land hegemony, on the Eurasian world continent. Well, to be fair, I suppose having hegemony in the area is quite good. But I would say that, it's going to sound really cliche, but I mean, in my opinion, I'd say that World War II is, it's a war of autarky. You have obviously these nations that are obviously trying to establish like self-sufficiency for their own economies. Obviously, like you take a look at Germany, you take a look at Japan. What's the state of the troops here? I think it might, yeah. Fatigue's low, disruptions are pretty much minimal here. So I think what we'll do here then is we'll go with deliberate attacks, perhaps. No, unfortunately not. We took Pakoi, but not Wenchao. This one's been a little bit tougher. So I'll tell them to go for a deliberate attack. Once we've dealt with Loyang, I can have the actual appropriate headquarters planned for Wenchao. Okay, troop transports making their way down here. The other ones have arrived, that's very good. What do we have here then? I do have some SLF, very good. We do have a naval base force with some AV over there. That's actually a really impressive unit there, wow. Oh wow. Static device, so I don't think they can actually move. I might just take the SLF and to do that. Or even potentially the SLF from Batan over here, well, Batan Island. How are the men? Divisions aren't in bad shape. The rest is going to do them a lot of good, though. Yeah. The issue is it's not easy to get down to this area. 13th Army and 11th Army. We'll check them out, and if there's one available, then we'll have it planned over Wenchao. Lingayen. Actually, no, Xinjiang. What are they planning for? Okay, you're actually planning for Clark at the moment. That's fantastic. Okay, so we can have you actually plan for Wenchao. That's good. We're not going to be moving on Bataan as of yet. 13th, 11th Army. Luoyang? Right, well I can assume they're going to be planning for Luoyang. I know. Oh, that might be blood. Okay, that's intriguing. Twelfth Army. Right, where's third? I'm a little bit confused here. There's only one headquarters here, and that's the 12th Army. Must be over here then. 6th Army. Where the hell is the 11th Army? Wuchang. Alright, I was doing that again where you select a unit here, but you're still actually clicking here. Okay, 11th Army can plan for here then. That's fine by me. Okay, you're in position here. Right, our forces will be moving out. Yep, they'll actually arrive in perhaps maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, but not long either way. Well, this is very good. I might even move this unit up from Hanoi, but then again, I imagine it's the garrison requirement. Though, could this could it be formed into anything else? No, seems not. That's a shame. It looks like that unit's still stationary for the time being. Minakaze class APDs. I'd very much like those in the Pacific. But even then, they could be very handy elsewhere. We should have our APD Minakazes organized, actually. There we go. The only issue with them is obviously the endurance isn't exactly especially endearing. Not that many really ever do have that sort of endurance that would be required. But they're going to come in handy. Eventually they'll obviously receive the upgrades, receive the radar, well the actual radar systems. But either way really, I'm still going to be looking forward to using these. I think they're going to be very good for these landings that we need. So if we take a look at this. So if I was obviously to place this as a fast transport now, let's go ahead and see. Well, then again, I could even have them run as amphibious, to be honest. Yeah, I could just run them as amphibious. That works out well. So what would we be able to house then? So 2,000 troop load. That is a pretty... That's pretty exceptional. That's pretty exceptional. Only 960 cargo load. But that works out well enough. If we could gain enough sort of carrying capacity to move like a single regiment, we could do quite a lot with that. Or even just the SLF, to be honest. I think we have a lot of options with them. That's what I like about them. They're going to give me options. And eventually when they do receive that radar, that's going to be fine. And of course we have gimped ourselves in a way because obviously we do not have these destroyers as destroyers as such. But I think they'll come in handy. The units at Samara... Samara and Nagasaki, or Nagasaki and Samara? A little bit confused there. We'll take a look at Nagasaki then, see if we have anything unrestricted. And nothing here. Right, support troops at Samara. Complain about supply. I need to move these forces out of here. Oh, right, yeah, we need to support troops. You are absolutely right. Yeah, okay, now I understand what you mean. Yep, so we can have the actual destroyer transports move over there. Obviously, they'll have to refuel and route, that's fine. The reconnaissance unit west of Loyang should move northwest along the road, then back southwest to close the hex side. Right. So we're talking about up this way, and then, yeah. And of course, if it was to move over here, then that would obviously close this. There's still the road over here, but it would close it up this way. It's a shame I can't close that road. Okay. We'll have them march on further. Attack the units in that hex with air power. Okay. We do have the Ka-15s over here, the Snoyers. In pretty good numbers as well, so at least they're finally going to be coming... Well, they're going to soar back into action, really. What do I have at Kaifeng? Some Ka-27s as well to escort them? Superb. What do we have in terms of aviation? 48 and 40 required here. That's a heavy amount of aviation. 0 here. Even if it's just for the turn, I can obviously move additional forces to the area. What is the range of the Sonoyas? 5 hexes. Are we within range from here? I'll double check just to make sure. Just too far. At Xinjiang, what do we have? No aviation support. Okay. So we'll deploy to Kaifeng. I can look to move some additional engineers over there from Shanghai more than likely. I might even just settle for the single squadron, to be fair. Though, we'll take a look at what we have. I could always have the Ki-27s moved out of there, really. There's not much of a need for them to escort, really. I don't think it actually has fightercraft in the area. Not to mention that we haven't really used our bombers in China for a good while. Besides, obviously, on the coastline over here at Wenchao. So, move this squadron up. West-east, just looked at rail, okay. Yep, these lines do not connect. Now, this hex is under my control, which is good news. Just this one here. It's a shame I don't have any armor here. I do have this brigade, it's already in movement. I'm going to have it move there, if it can make it. I don't think I have anything faster. That's not already in strategic mode, to be honest. means they have a hard time making it to Sian, and may be diverted back to Nanyang. That's true. Well, that's true, isn't it? Obviously, if they marched up the road and then marched back to Nanyang. I mean, of course, there's a large force over here, about 160,000 to 200,000 men. That's a fair old lump of force there, isn't it? But, I mean, this is it. If we can reduce them one at a time, then ideally, these troops will not come back. Some of them will be replaced. But if it's going to use all of his actual supply to replace these troops that have been lost, then yeah, the troops in the field are going to suffer for that. So just continue. We have to continue to inflict as much damage upon the Chinese as possible. We really have to just absolutely blitz them. Absolutely. Artillery will be arriving here shortly. We do have our forces moving out, so the 104th B detachment is moving there. So, yeah, they'll be here tomorrow, and then we should cross into Kanshan. Take control of that base there. Secure that. And ideally what we should be able to do here then, we do have this division that's marching up the road towards Changsha. If I have it make its way over here to actually, basically block these roads off, then he'll have no movement to supply here. It looks as if we do control the roads here, so when Chow is not receiving any supply, it's only got what it's got in there, really. It's annoying as, like, Jap Stukers. Meat and potato, yeah, that's good then. These fellows obviously on training. So we'll set up a ground attack here. I might move a couple squadrons. In fact, we'll move a couple squadrons over here. I think we can deal with the aviation lack for the time being. I can obviously move additional engineers there. I wonder if he will attack you in that hex. I can imagine he probably will attack us. I can see it probably happening. But then again, I suppose he's got to be in the mindset that if he attacks me there, then he is more than likely... He's giving me another day to catch up on him. It's going to be really intriguing, though. Japanese Stuka. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm really tempted to get into Bolton action. I'm really tempted to go ahead and go and play, like, the Japanese army in, like, the SLF. I think it'd be really fitting. It'd be a good idea. I mean, it'd be really good as well, because I could obviously, learn a lot more about them. Let's just say I need to do a lot more reading. It's like I'm nearly finished with War Plan Orange here at the moment. I think I'm going to do a lot of reading on the Sino... Well, Sino and Japanese relations, obviously the conflicts, just really get an idea of the geography, really get an idea of the political... yeah. There's a lot here. Economics. I mean, Jesus, I wonder... I need to do reading, obviously, on the political establishment within Japan, really, what happened, and, yeah. The battle clear terrain, yep, indeed. The battle's the baby Stuka. Okay, we'll move over the Sonoyas. I'll move some additional engineers then to Kaifeng. Might as well make use of it. Two more squadrons. Get them shifted over. We'll have some of the actual Sonoyas attack the main stack over here, ideally try and slow that down too. So what I'll do here then, first and foremost, set up ground attacks at 10,000 feet. Okay, so initially target here. Then what I'll do is actually take this squadron, have them target Loyang, take another one as well, try to increase the chances here. And just one there. when the political situation in Japan was just really a military dictatorship split along service lines, with the emperor and his cabinet as, yeah. Not too wrong there, really. Not too wrong. Okay, so we're going to be hitting both hexes here. Ideally, that'll slow them both down. We just need time here, and then we can actually reduce the Chinese in this area. We'll go ahead and actually check out the signal intelligence here quickly. Heavy volume radio transmissions detected at Colombo, so he's going to be up to something with the British. Queenstown. That's wrong. Yeah, it looks like the vast majority of this is mostly the Indian continent. Indian Ocean area, really. I'm trying to remember where Queenstown is. I think it is definitely Australian. I'm sure it's Australian. $81.77. It's on the north. I can't believe remember what it is now. $177. Oh, there we go, okay. That's going to be intriguing then. Ah. And YouTube is doing its typical thing. See, this is what annoys me, guys, is like, I don't know why it does this, but like, literally, it'll do this and I can't see the comments, which is really irritating. It does very much piss me off. Okay. We're hitting, so you don't, no need to hit Loyang? Is it not worth it to hit Loyang as well? I mean, I've got no argument about that. Make absolutely sure they're targeted there. There we go. So we'll dock up over here to Pescadores. There we go, dock up. Yeah, we really don't have much of a choice, do we? Okay, so plenty of delicious forces here. So I have a troop load available of 12,910. Now, what I want to do here is actually reform the 48th Division. I could do this at Pescadores, or I could do this in the Philippines. The issue is I need to extract one division here from the Philippines. I'd say what I'll do here then, I might have them hold off for the time being. We do have a lot of construction units that could be moved elsewhere, however. AA as well. Expanding the airfield over here. We'll allow that to finish off, and then I think we'll be able to stop that. We could have these engineers then shifted. I think we're going to have them shifted, more than likely to melee at some point in the future. Obviously, we're going to need engineers to repair the facilities at some point soon. We're going to need the destroyer minesweepers down this way. Yep, 10 of them here. Right, so they're still undergoing their repairs. Well, their upgrades, I should say. Congo's still ongoing. Okay, let's take a look at the situation over here. I'm really happy about this. Really happy. I genuinely wish, guys. I'm actually really, really jealous when I say this. Like, I really do wish I could actually see his reaction when he sees that. That's gonna be fun. What I'm gonna do here is just refresh this. I'm just gonna, I think to be fair, I might have to command a full screen here, just so I'm not having to faff around. I'll take another quick look. Make sure you hunt those American submarines indeed. We are aware that there's some over this way. Okay, that isn't very helpful. There should be an ace to be almost a misclick there. There we go. Right, home port is going to be Cam Bay. We'll return there. Turn to Cam Bay. Lone threat threshold. We'll take this path. I do hope he's not minded, but we'll see. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the operations report then. So we do occupy Calapan, that's good. Oh yeah, damaged on landing. That must have been this turn, perhaps, then. Task Force 90 ordered to return to Koumac due to damage. That must have been this turn. Oh yeah, ship losses. That was something I forgot to look at, isn't it? Hello there, Micro Shinobi. Yeah, I mean, the list of the mods is up on the Discord, actually. I don't know if you can actually post links directly to Discord, at least to different channels in the Discord. But all the mods I'm using are on the Discord there, the one Pacific one. If you go to the pin, they're all there. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a look at the ship sunk. We'll go by last turn. Now, it's not listing anything as being sunk last turn, which is really quite intriguing. Still technically listing 3 ships over there, but the issue is we did hear 2 things go down. At least we heard the sort of animations for that, so I really don't know about that. It could have been potentially a tanker that we hit with the mines out this way. Possibly. We are detected over there, need to obviously move out of the detection. Near the Isle of Pines. Tarawa. That's an interesting result there. 135, 126. $133, 122, okay. And the merchants here to the south end. Well, we're going to be moving south, and they're going to be well within range. They're pretty much doomed here, to be honest. I really can't see them escaping us at this point here. Let's see. I think what we'll do then, let's take a look then. Yeah, he's a little bit low on that fuel there. Obviously the fuel's been shared out. We are going to have to get oilers underway. Yes, perhaps so. I'm thinking what I might do here is actually have the A5M4s dedicated to just carrier defense. I think the issue is if they get sent out there on escort and it's replaced in an actual A-System 2-0 when an A-System 2-0 squadron would be needed, it could really be quite a negative experience to say the very least. Somewhat concerned about the fuel issues, but we do have the fuel to make this. I just don't think we can waste too much time. We'll forego a strike at New Zealand. I'll head north of Norfolk Island here. I'd say another hex north. New Guinea, indeed. I am going to be sending forces to New Guinea at some point in the future. What I wanted to do here then is really just... right, finally, Jesus, we have some sort of knowledge of the base here. Granted, it's awfully limited. We're going to take Rabaul. And then we're going to take Port Moresby. Then what I'm going to do is take these other bases once these tiles have been secured. I kind of want to do this as like a pretty quick strike, basically take the important bases and then we'll mop up afterwards. That'll be the plan. Let's take a look at Kido Butai then. I'll increase it to about 50% combat air patrol for the zeros, or even potentially 40 to be honest. We'll go with about 50. I'll have to do it individually so I don't bugger them up. See you soon there, John. See, the thing about going further south, I mean, if we take a look at this, then, so, if we look at the distance from Kido Butai to Auckland, that is 22 hexes. From Kido Butai to Sydney, it's 32 hexes. So that's not Sydney. It's 31 hexes. Brisbane's 25 hexes. I think it's a case of, well, we have limited fuel here in the area, and limited time as well. I think we strike towards Australia. It's going to take us longer to arrive at Sydney. Well, technically we don't have to actually go to the hex, of course. We are, well, to the port itself, obviously it can be a couple hexes off there, off the coastline. But what I'd say is, we'll head towards Sydney. And let's take a look at this. So if I was to head here, 22 hexes. So another day we're basically the same distance to Auckland as we are now. What I'll do then... Our secret base, Antarctica. And welcome back, Savvy. How you doing there, my friend? Okay, so if I was to head directly... Let's see, if I was to have it placed upon Sydney, what path would that take me? Oh, very much a similar path anyhow, so that's fine. So, we will be about here then next turn. 21 hexes. 19 hexes. Ideally, we can sink the enemy force here. It would have been good had we sunk that now. Have you been thinking of doing a series Suicidal from a Start Life, for example, playing as Poland in Hearts of Iron 3 Black Eyes? If I could survive longer than 3 months, that would be quite interesting, actually. The issue is with New Zealand, it's all well and good, but really what sort of targets we're going to find over there. The issue is if we hit New Zealand, what's the follow-up? It would be kind of a case of turning back. If we head this way, we're heading towards Australia where there's a lot of targets here. Plenty of ports, plenty of targets. We might even find the Allied cruiser force that previously escaped us as well. And this is it. It's the ability to move up the coastline from Sydney to Brisbane, from Brisbane back up to the Oilers. So we might be looking at about 5 days, something of that nature. I can bring the Oilers probably around to the Coral Sea here, depending on the situation. Right, I do have another Oiler here, the Tohomaru. Yeah, I mean, this is it. I mean, as GM4 says there, he does obviously point out that we do need to avoid being locked down. So we're going to head over to Australia. Sydney, then Brisbane, then back to Oilers. What we could do then is, of course, head elsewhere then. Head where the needs may be. Oh, we absolutely have paratroopers, my friend. And I'm so happy to say, yes, indeed. With the Yokosuka 3rd SLF, our Japanese paratroopers, we were able to secure Kuala Lumpur and Malacca in the same turn here. Their landings went exceptionally well. Love these guys. We are being aggressive. We're going to be striking at Australia. I think Auckland's all well and good. We have seen targets over there, but I don't think there's anywhere near as many targets as there will be in Australia. The targets out of Auckland are going to remain in Auckland unless they move into the Fiji area, New Caledonia area. So the way to look at it is really, if we move up to Australia, these forces that we miss at New Zealand are going to move up to us at some point in the future. Concerning donation, we cannot process this transaction because there's a problem with PayPal email address supplied by the seller. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. 1 second, let me just see if I can get a link there. Thank you so very much for considering donation, my friend. Thank you. I'll just get a link here and then I'll post on chat. I mean, thank you. I genuinely would appreciate that. I am going to be putting out a video shortly in the future, actually, to advertise the prints available. I really want to, I mean, it sounds kind of selfish, but it's like as of the moment I'm out of work. So it'd be kind of nice to actually get a little bit of that income, and then I could actually look to commission a second print to be made, which would be awesome. There we go, just posted the link in the chat there. Ideally that works. What I'm going to do here then is just save this so I can actually tab out at will without mucking things up. Right, turn 36, 1, there we go. So are you raising reinforcements down to Singapore, try and get ahead? Yes, we have forces that are... They should be on the rail. We should have an infantry regiment on the rail line as we speak, to be honest. Right, so just tab out here, open this up in windowed. Airstrikes will have more of an effect west of Loyang than in Loyang. Okay, that's good to know there, Infinite. We're not striking Loyang anymore. Okay, we'll go back into save here. Load this up pretty quickly. Maybe that would be answer how to invade. Surprise. Okay. Surprising THG using paratroopers. Yeah, using paratroopers in New Zealand. I love this. The naval invasion support. I mean, if we're using paratroopers, we absolutely have to find extraordinarily weakly held bases, or better yet, bases with no troops in them, really. Or either just immediate amphibious landing support for paratroopers, really. Okay. The funny thing is, I'd be happy with the current plan earlier. We can always come back to New Zealand. I mean, we need to... I don't know, we'll consider it. It's just... Let's take a look then. So, our striking position towards New Zealand, well, towards Auckland, we'd be looking about... what's the normal range of the D3A1 vowels? Are you out of ice cream, dude? Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Right. We're looking at 6 hexes, okay. And the thing is... Let's take a look. Shikaku's already complained about lack of fuel. He isn't going to have a huge amount of fuel. Obviously, we can share the fuel out here, but we are looking to halt here. We can always come back. But we'll see. I don't think I have a fuel to head down here to New Zealand. I just don't think I do. I'm going to have to get these oilers at sea pretty soon, actually. I'm going to have them meet more so in this area. Right, interesting to see them moving east there, actually. Thank you very much, Ben, for the donation, my friend. Thank you very much. Genuinely appreciate it. You really have to sever the line of communication between the US and Australia, then just keep the latter isolated. Okay. If the cruiser force went to New Zealand, you could easily hit them there. The thing is, it's if they're into New Zealand. And you have to bear in mind that if they had gone to New Zealand, we wouldn't have been too far behind them. But I just think it's a case of fuel. And the system damage at Kido Butai, that's, yeah, naval attrition. It's basically because I was running that engines very hard for a long time. Really before I understood the importance of not doing that. Okay, let's figure out our striking position then towards Sydney. I need to try... I think what we'll do is have them position somewhat abreast of Sydney and Brisbane. So what I'll do here. So we need about 6 hexers. Okay, that's 4 hexers. 6. Oh, brilliant, okay. So if we actually venture to this position here, we'd actually be within striking distance of both Brisbane and Sydney. So we're looking at 96166. That's a very good position to find, Ben. At least we'll be able to hit both targets from the same position if we so wish to do so. Right, 951... Yep, there we go. 1 hex further over, it seems. Oh no, actually 1 hex either way. Nine 617. Nine 6166. There we go, that's good news. Okay. So... yeah, we can manage that. So with that, really... so we'd head to about this position here. And let's see then, so we'd make about 8 hexes, so... it depends really what sort of angle I'd move in, but I imagine I'd move along the Australian coastline. I can't see there's too much here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So obviously then we'd strike at Brisbane again. We might spend a day or 2 here. But this position here, okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so we'd meet the Oilers around this point here. That's what we want to try and achieve there. Obviously going to take a couple of days for the Oilers, but if we send them out now, we should be able to rendezvous. Maybe waypoint 1 turn, southward movement towards New Zealand in case... I understand the actual thinking there, but it's a case of we're moving 40 nautical miles out of our way. I can understand the theory, and obviously then it's okay. I can get behind that actually. I suppose it's going to give the impression that we're moving. Okay, so I'll set a patrol zone. They're going to be moving that way anyhow, so that's fine by me. You need to get Oilers down to a good forward supply base if you're going to be working in this area for a while. Yeah, and this is what we want to do around New Caledonia. He's made it bloody difficult on me. But we'll return there. I'm half tempted to actually head out with destroyers from Luganville to actually break up the cruiser mine layer. The good news is we did push them out of position as well, as obviously both forces retreated, so that's good information. The issue is I can't bloody unload the troops there. Can I dock up at Pelep Island? Can't dock here. So how are land operations in New Caledonia going? And we've not yet attacked. We're really just trying to build up a supply here. So supply is being flown into the island. I need to obviously get forces over here and unload a decent amount. The issue we've been having is obviously that cruiser force has caused me problems. I think what we are going to do then is turn around and actually, we'll return to the area. We must keep operations running. I think a day movement over this way, obviously to avoid submarines, was worthwhile. We see that there doesn't appear to be any here, as far as I can tell. So we'll turn back around. Only bring the stuff that we need and get moving. Right, okay. Interestingly, at Suva, we do see a tanker and a troop transport, supposedly. The issue is if I move on to Fiji, I'm going to be facing air resistance. Another point of reasoning for hitting Australia is the fact if we actually do bomb Australian industry, I do believe we gain victory points from that. I think the big goals are Auckland, Fiji and Samoa. And those are the biggest three thorns in your side to brave a US-Australian line. I can understand that, but Australia is a much larger threat to New Caledonia. We need to secure New Caledonia before we can begin to think about Fiji. Once this is secured and we have something set up in our rear here to give us some security, then we can consider striking towards Fiji, Auckland. But I mean, Auckland is so very far south. Now we'll take a look at the distance here. So from Tokyo to Auckland is 125 hexes. Like, let's see here. We're actually closer to San Francisco than we are to Auckland. Yeah, we're closer to Ceylon. Well, closer to India. I mean, obviously that one's not as outrageous, but you can kind of get an idea of what I'm saying here. It's much harder to get to this area and really keep things going. We're on a very tight logistical line here, so I think we need to just strike towards Australia. We know that one's going to work, it's going to profit, and it's going to bring us back within the range of the Oilers. It's not to say that we don't turn around then and head towards Auckland perhaps, or what else is happening there. How many VPs is New Zealand's bases worth? Yeah. Victory points is about 850. The thing is, though, we can't really consider invading Australia, so we can't consider invading New Zealand until we secure New Caledonia. We've got to focus on this one. And in reality, Kido Butai moving this way is going to support the New Caledonia operation. If we move south, sure, it would support it to a degree. Obviously, it could potentially hit things that are moving that way. But obviously, Australia is where the majority of his forces are going to be coming from. So we hit New Zealand, remove his abilities to actually interfere, and then eventually we'll fuel up and then we can always decide what we're going to do there. Okay. Really, the primary strike force is too valuable to do all its spotting alone, yep. See, I'd love to do something like that, actually, like having the, like having a destroyer force with a, well, a light cruiser and a destroyer force actually out in front of the Kido Butai. That would be quite nice to have. Issues becomes quite difficult sometimes. Maybe then find a way to break into New Caledonia, Samoa, isolate Fiji, New Zealand, and Australia. See, if I could actually move some aircraft over here, we could do something here. But Survive's been denied to him. It will come in handy in the future. It's going to take. It's been a slow burner, but it's going to come in handy one day. Yeah, pretty much. Once I actually do gain an airfield here, and it is picking up pace now. 45%. There's a lot of support here. Still require more, but there's a lot here. We'll be able to place some mines here now, which is going to be very good. Yeah, 119 naval support isn't bad either. Okay. I'd say... What are we looking at here? For Buki. Nikazi is Minakazi. Another Fubuki. Issues endurance. But what I'm going to do here then is actually send Akapono and Amigiri. They do look to be superior destroyers, to be honest. What's maneuver like? About the same maneuver. 152. Motsuki, Fubuki. Okay. I may actually send these destroyers. But then again, I'd like to send them of all the same type, so no, I'm going to go ahead and send the Fubukis. Yeah, that's what I plan to do right now. Okay. I'm in the cars there, okay. So I'll send the 2 Fubukis. I'm going to tell them to actually head to Ballop Island. That's a very good captain, actually. Not too bad. See, I do need to deal with the AMCs over here. Need to figure out what I want to do there. I'm half tempted to actually have them head down here to Norfolk Island. The only issue is, though, it'd be nice to secure the island, but it's not going to do me any good in the long run. Well, not... It's not going to help me out at the moment. Kill the task force you see and retire to fuel. Do not hit oars. Believe me, you do not want to have Kido Butai fuel. Are we talking about Lord Howe Island? It can have an airfield there, but it would be very dangerous to set one up. They're patrol boats for the most part, so we should be able to deal with them. Cruiser miner as well. No, it's a good valid point there about the fuel at Kido Butai, to be honest. Norfolk Island could be built up to a size 1, 2. Sorry, size 3 as well. Okay. Yeah, that's true, but that was without warship support. I could send a third one if it makes you guys feel better. We'll look at the same sort of speed though. Or I suppose... Right, what we'll do here then. So, for Buki, Shishiro... Asashio? Send 4 destroyers, I suppose, then. I'd use it for reconnaissance, to be honest. See, I do have fuel already on station at Tulagi. Let's see, how long would it take them to actually head down to Australia? Somewhere around about that area. About 3-4 days then, give or take. See, the thing is, we could take Norfolk Island, but if I don't have engineers to place on Norfolk Island, it's not going to do me no good. We already have an issue in the fact that we really are lacking. Already when it comes to New Caledonia. Oh, wow. That's pretty interesting to see there. Okay. I think we're going to continue on our way to Australia. I'm going to have the Oilers meet them about here, then we'll swing back around this way. But... Yeah, you're right there. Though what I might do here then is, rather than heading for Sydney, we might have Kido Butai head north. If they were to head north, obviously they could meet the Oilers significantly sooner. Obviously it would give us a lot more naval search and so obviously give me protection over here. Okay, that's quite bad. I doubt there'll be a lot of VPs, but we'll take a look in a little bit. These are good transports, I'll need them. The slower ones, not so much. Okay. I'll have that one continue on towards Tulagi. Speed is obviously going to be reduced, so what I'm going to do here then is actually split that one off on its own. Return to Tulagi. Possibly, but I'm thinking if we do move, it's a hard decision, and I'd feel significantly better if we had the fuel. He's active around New Caledonia, so I could do with actually sweeping his forces away there. But we'll have destroyers to do that. As much as it pains me, we're gonna continue on towards New Australia. I think it is gonna be worthwhile. There's still a good chance that I imagine the light cruisers around this way. I imagine the cruisers around that way. If we can hit what is in the Australian ports, we can nip it in the bud before anything potentially develops over here to threaten New Caledonia in the short term. So we'll head out that way towards Australia. It'll mean that we'll be, we'll look as if we're heading south, well, like southwest-ish. Obviously that's going to put us on a sort of course that looks as if we're going to be heading towards to Norfolk, excuse me, and then obviously onwards to what I hope he imagines is New Zealand. And to be fair, our positioning would suggest that to him. Obviously we aren't heading on our path towards Fiji, we're not heading on a path towards Australia here, are we? So I'm going to say, yeah, we'll continue on. I think this is a chance that we'll actually get to surprise him. To a degree, obviously, it would have been better had he not been able to see where Kido Butai was. But we'll work with the assets that we have, the guards that we've been given. Oops. I need to unload additional troops here. I don't have to unload additional troops here at Koumac. It'd be nice, I just need to get the supply inbound. These AMCs aren't carrying supply, unfortunately. I need to get to Luganville. We'll head to Luganville, we'll get our forces organized. If we can get the forces unloaded on Luganville, that makes it significantly easier then. Yeah. The destroyer minesweepers are going to come in very handy as well. So we have a lot of fast transports here as well. It's a shame I can't change that to amphibious, otherwise I'll be able to move things in. So we'll have this head to Luganville too. They're going to continue heading north. Do we have C8? Fast ship there, is the tanker okay? An empty tanker as well. Does he have detection here? Okay, he doesn't, so he's unaware of these forces, then that's good news. AMC Saigon Maru can be naval construction. Yeah, Kotori should be fine. What I'm going to do here then is actually assemble a surface force to guard the oilers. So Aoba, no main armaments, only a little bit of munitions there. The attack had taken damage. Cacao, damage. Shame as well, because Cacao, had she not been too heavily damaged, she would have been perfect. She still had some munitions here. Tatsuta's too low. Yubari's looking pretty good here. We've got a couple days worth of fuel. We'll take a look at that in a moment or so. Okay. I think I'm going to take Aoba as well. She might not have much in the way of main gun armaments. It's more so the AA, and just in general the armor. How does she stack up compared to Yubari? Yubari's not much less there. Though it might be, And again, she's not much worth, is she? She's basically just a heavier light cruiser. Quite the arrangement of classes here. I've got up the Fubuki. I see the lacking torpedoes here. Okay. I'll go with that actually, just a light cruiser Yubari and the Oboro. Boro, sorry. Yeah, she is a good ship. I don't know. Is it worthwhile bringing AO, but if she doesn't have her main guns? It's one of these of, we'll be looking at a heavy cruiser. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously would be a nice idea, but yeah, you are right. I suppose it's a little bit too cautious there. But we're not bringing AO, but anyhow. So what I'm going to do here then, we actually do have additional, yeah, we actually do have a seaplane carrier there, seaplane cruiser there as well, which is fantastic. So we'll have them follow up here. Okay, tell them to merge. So what we'll do here then. Yeah, they're going to head back to rearm. Okay, the tanks are here. Disruption remains fairly stable. So that's in order, obviously, to keep the other forces going. That's fine. Right, yeah. You do have a good few scout planes here, so that's very good news. You also do come with 4 destroyers already, so that's good. Okay, we also do have Nagara over here, and 2 destroyers. What I'm going to do then, let's see. Yeah, what we're going to do here then is transfer in the Nagara. So you are quite slow, aren't you? But then again, the Oilers aren't exactly fast either. So I'm going to fall to the Nagara. So we'll have 2 light cruisers, then 5 destroyers. That's a fair old force there. And the thing is as well, we're obviously going to have prior warning of the general area then, which is quite good. I suppose it is going to make a lot of difference. It is obvious. Yeah, the good news is as well, we can actually use those Jakes to actually spot targets for the Kido Butai. So we'll go with that. Hello there, Cal. How you doing there, my friend? Yeah. The issue is these bloody submarines, but I think I'm worrying about them too much. It looks like he's heading west there. I wonder if he's moved into this area expected to find the Kido Butai. I'm going to have the tanks actually set out for the Luganville. I need to get them to Luganville. They can replenish at sea once they're at sea. We do have 2 destroyers here and 3 patrol boats, so it's not too bad. Slow task force, unfortunately. I'm actually going to fold in the escort there as well. Why not? At least it gives them a little bit extra. She's good with depth charges, and yeah, she's armed. Okay. I just got it. Could just call it like Nippon water, actually. You will refuel the Butai while it's around Australia. We're not gonna, well, somewhere off the coast of Australia. I'm gonna be looking towards the Coral Sea in this general area here. It's one of these things, isn't it? We'll obviously have a coverage of Kido Butai. Obviously, it's going to have a decent escort force of its own. We aren't expecting much in the way of air for it. But obviously, Kido Butai is going to be moving into the area pretty quickly. I can even move down this way and move between the coral reefs over this way. Of course, then, we're not too close to New Caledonia, not too close to Australia. Might move down this way, but we'll see, we'll see. If I move down to this area, obviously that does put us within a position where we continue to suppress Australia. But I think we've got to go for this. There's another oiler here as well, so that's good news. Right, additional submarines moving south. Yep, additional submarines moving south here. I don't think the task force name can be leaked through signal intelligence. I think it'd be kind of like crazy if it was. It gives you like unit names. So of course, like you'll see like units where they are, where like sort of what they're kind of doing, like where they're kind of located. But I don't think you get task force names. Have these men just rest. I mean, things will become significantly easier once we do have an airfield here. I know that, you guys know that, he knows that. Once we have an airfield here at Luganville, we can begin to expand the port. We'll expand both the port and the actual airfield. To a degree, not massively, but to a degree where it could actually be quite functional. And if we expand that, but yeah, just as soon as I can get an airfield here, I can actually just station some actual naval bombers in the area. And just being able to use them if needed would be worthwhile, or even just being able to have fighters on station if needed. Yeah, Task Force Slow BB, please do not top, indeed. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I do have I-21 not too far here. We'll have her patrol down this way. We already have a submarine at Norfolk Island. Have them head in that sort of general direction. It might be very good to have a submarine in the eastern seaboard by the theatre's exits to South Africa and the Suez Canal if you ever manage that. I suppose it could be done, but I suppose it comes down to a series of range, really. Okay, we do have our two submarines over here. Endurance isn't particularly amazing. I-10's got pretty good endurance. I'm going to have I-10 actually dispatched. Yeah, I'm going to have the submarine actually dispatched towards Sydney now. I think it'd be worthwhile to have something else on station that can assist the Kido Butai. Right, I do have a submarine over here, I-175. She's very low on endurance, however. So we do have to be very careful. Right, then moving out. Low. What we'll do here then is set a waypoint. So I'll have them set out this way. Yep, so they're going to move out, and then up. For the time being. Right, return to truck. I'll have them return to Tulagi, actually. Just head to Tulagi for the time being. I'll get fuel there in the meantime. Okay. I'm going to load up these troops again. Okay, load the troops. I'm not gonna lie, I think their unit is over here, around the sort of general area. I might have them actually drop on either Tana or Fet. One of these islands here, just secure it, just with a small amount of troops there. Still nothing by Palmyra. So that's interesting then, we're actually seeing, so G3M2 sightings. So Trang. See, a lot of these names ring a bloody bell, I can't think where they are then. Or stock our own base. God damn, I wish I had a good... Oh, actually, no, there we go. I was just thinking then, is that on this side, towards the Andaman Sea? I was thinking with the G3s. Unless it's saying that they're out there, but I'm not seeing anything here. Yeah, quite a few planes there grounded at Luganville due to maintenance. Roinamar. $7093. We'll check that one out later on, but I think that might be just a misidentification of friendly forces, to be honest. Yep, so it's the B5N2K from a Cargi spotted the Dardanus, the American reported hit. Interesting that it's only reporting the American Dardanus, so I think the other one went down there, unless it actually was somehow unspotted. Those two bases in Malay, you para-dropped. They do have some resources, but yeah, we'll take a closer look at them shortly, actually. Alright, Gagayan. Obviously, we're aware of the submarine there. Allied reconnaissance at 5095, I'll check that out. Yeah, Naga, so obviously that's the Philippines. Sighted over Savai, sighted over Savai. San Fernando. Constance over 20th Regiment. Yeah, it's bloody maintenance. Those H6K4s are pretty hard to maintain. Okay, transporting the Chichichima Special Base Force to Roinama. Yep, there we go. They actually made it, so drop in Yokosuka. Brilliant job. Transporting supplies to the 52nd. 116th. DC-2 damaged by flak. Ah, Fusan's expanded, fantastic. Marie's expanded fortifications. Roinama's expanded fortifications, that's good news. Ki-27 replacements for Ki-56 replacements. Okay. Ha, shock. Produce reports that sinking the Battlecruiser Repulse. Incorrect intelligence report, ship is installed into service. Shock, shock. Okay, they hate 6Ks. I don't think they've arrived yet, have they? Okay. Let's wait on the actual air flotilla to arrive. I believe they're over here at Yokosuka? Yeah, the 11th Air Flotilla. Right, so you pack it up in a day? And then you'll be moving out. So we'll begin to have them transported out there. Set up patrol patterns over this way. Okay. Take a look at Malaya. Yep, so unfortunately no supply. Had there been supply, well, supply there, that would have been really good. But unfortunately not. No. I think we'll have these forces brought on the rail line. Yet 91st Naval Guard. And this is the difference it makes here, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, you look at the Naval Guard, that's obviously moving there. And what I'm going to do with the Naval Guard is actually tell them to hit the base at Timor. At least then we'll actually have control of the rail lines all along here then. I'm going to have Kuantan soon once we actually get some infantry in there, but yeah, in one fell swoop we'll actually have control of the vast majority of Malaya. I mean, this, we need to get men moving down here ASAP. Absolutely. Right, the 55th Engineer Regiment is ready to go, actually. Anything that can move down will move down. And actually having engineers here is going to be handy. Good to have these guys in position, so we'll have them move there. Had we had additional forces, I'd begin to move them down now. I'd move the Yokosuka, but I think... I don't know. Do we consider moving the Yokosuka? The issue is, it's a case of, I want that unit very mobile, and if I have them moved out there, I can't really use them again. I think they're a very, very specialised unit, and we need to make use of that. Really need to try and have them in tip-top condition, to be honest. Okay, so they're going to move down. Good plan for Singapore there. Okay, the other forces will be moving down shortly. Okay, the 41st Regiment is going to go down now. There we go. So that is nearly 4,000 men that will arrive here. Possibly tomorrow, possibly the day after, depends on the time taken. But they're going to come. They're going to be there. Oh, do I have 143rd as well? Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's brilliant then. So we have 2 regiments able to move south then. Hello there, Akelaris. How you doing there, my friend? So for you guys who are somehow unaware of Akelaris, awesome dude. He's actually one of the PR guys for Terminal Conflict, and possibly maybe one day the lead developer. Who knows? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, definitely go ahead and check out his channel. Really good guy. Pretty awesome. I think he's actually the second coming of some Messiah as well, so that's always a good one. Also looking forward to seeing you build in, yeah, Japanese. That'd be rather indeed. Rather intriguing. Okay, idea, power drop onto a particular island that's near Singapore. Yeah. Would be interesting. We could have supplies directly move to the base via naval assets, or like... And what I'm going to do is actually... I mean, another ability of actually having these goddamn transports over here is the fact that they can actually transport... Well, they can transfer the supply in for us, which is quite good. Now, I think what I might do here then is... we might potentially... But again, it depends really. I could set up like combat air patrol over these bases here, but I don't think it's required. Oh, also a Kuala Lumpur event. So obviously we've been able to snag So we've got about 3,240 resources here. There's actually some fuel here, which is quite nice. Fuel's always a nice thing to have. Could use more objectives, yeah, pretty much. Never say I don't do anything for you. Okay. Yep, so this is brilliant. So we're going to have 2 regiments moving south. Let's see what else we can have here. It's been such a coup actually to be able to do this. These forces are moving. Right, cancel that movement. Move strategic. You can rest when you die. But make it towards Malacca. Yeah, the divisions are going to be on the rails in 2 days. If what I'm going to do here then is just... Let's see, is there anything that I should be bothered about that shouldn't be going? I don't think so. Okay, right. Set all to march this unit's objective. Okay, we'll have them place the rail line. The 124th may yet be reunited, really. I wonder what kind of US naval activity is around Mersing. It just looks like it's just got some actual gunships there. Well, gunboats, I should say. Okay, the Royal Thai Cavalry Division has to stay here. Yep, headquarters definitely need down there. I'm going to move the engineers up too. Just moving basically everything down there to Malacca. The sooner it arrives there, the better. Right, so let's take a look at this then. So the 143rd Division is going to move. The 41st Division is going to move. Tomorrow then these forces will be ready. Importantly, I think we'll actually have... is that 2 days? I think... Yeah, 2 days, okay. So, if we take a look at this then. So we'll have at least 4,000 frontline troops and about, yeah. Not too far off the same in support assets, so we're going to have about... We'll just say about 7,500-ish, near 8,000 men. I'll go ahead and just say about 4,000 frontline troops down at Malacca, and possibly even next turn, so that is going to be really handy. Those 2 regiments could then begin marching south. And see, the thing is, it depends really. Yeah, I mean, there's 5 units here, so what we'll do then... Now, the issue is the fact that obviously you could just march directly into Johor Bahru. But the difficulty here is, if he moves troops out and they don't all move out at the same time, I'm going to be able to use my forces in Mersing to attack. God, I never thought I'd be able to say that again. Honestly, these troops in Mersing, they've been bloody bastards, haven't they? They've really, really just... It's pretty crazy, isn't it? How it's been swings and roundabouts, but this has been really quite good. It's a shame that we lost so many men off the coast of Malaya, but this has actually been something of a coup here. Who knows, you may beat the enemy Mersing troops to Singapore. I mean, that would be incredible. But I think the fight is going to be in Malaya. I mean, this is it. They're not going to make it to Singapore. To be honest, it might be rather intriguing to see what happens here. He's either going to make a stand here at Johor Bahru, or he's going to get his men into Singapore. I think he's going to try and get his men into Singapore. But I think these men are buggered. These men are not going to make it into Singapore. I really can't see it happening. And what I'm going to do is, if I can get some armor here and really get things moving quickly. See, what I'm going to have done then, let's see. We'll move the Yokosuka here, so it's going to take a day for them to actually pack up. Yeah, the bloody bastards are Mersing indeed. Right, so I'll have that unit make its way down here. What I'm going to do here then is have this unit put on rest and training. I'm going to give it objectives for Johor Bahru. So what I might be able to do here then, if he moves his forces out of here, and if there's actually a in-between stage, because what I could potentially do here then is maybe we begin ground attacks on these forces over here to try and slow them down. We could even do that at Johor Bahru as well. If we look to slow his forces down, I mean, this could actually work out quite well. We'll be able to move our aviation, move our bases forward as well, quite quickly. I could probably base a couple aircraft... Yeah, a couple aircraft over here, potentially, at Malacca. Size 2, sorry, Kuala Lumpur. Size 2 airfield there. And that, yeah, that's much closer than Kota Bru, much closer than Taiping, for example. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this little base over here. The 91st Naval Guard's going to go ahead and do that. But it's incredible, isn't it? We've made so much progress through this one move here, and it's going to be great. We'll see what else we have here. If there's anything else that can be moved, we'll get it moving. And so this base force, yep, we're going to get that moving down there. If I can actually get a base force here, then that's going to be fantastic. And we'll have the base force over here to Kuala Lumpur. Larger airfield would be more useful, really. Yeah, escorts, of course. Plenty of engineers over here. Okay, we'll move those forces there. Right, so them all to follow. So the other ones that are on strategic will follow. Kuala Lumpur. But what I'll do then... yeah, we do have the AMGs there. It's not much in the way of AA, but at least it's something. I'll actually have this one moved over to Malacca, so I can begin to expand that base, if needed. Then it provides more aviation support. The actual other units are going to stay. But yeah, these men are going to move to Malacca. Sorry, Kuala Lumpur. AA is going to be shifted. Oh, so we still have some elements of the Yokosuka over here, actually. Okay. What I'll do then is actually have them railed down there. I could even potentially have them land at this base here, maybe. I'll have them... If I do that, it's going to take them about 3-4 days, maybe in a week to get down there. I can have them transported via the air. I think we'll have them shifted via air power, actually. To be honest, we could actually have additional troops flown in down there. Yeah, we'll have you flown to Malacca, I reckon. Additional transports over here. Obviously short range, but obviously they could fly to... they could potentially fly to Kuala Lumpur, or could potentially fly to Tamala. And we'll have them shifted over here then to Kota Bru. I think for the time being then, let's see. Range, yeah, not good. What's their load? 1550, okay. I'd have to drop the Yokosuka on this line. On that base, sorry. I might drop the Yokosuka over there. But again, if I drop the Yokosuka down here, at least I could mass. But no, actually, what I'm going to do here then... It's a shame I cancelled that movement there. I think that is within... yeah, it's within range. So we'll use those short-range transports then. Right, not these guys. There we go. Troop transport. Yokosuka. Have them land over here. Now these additional transports. And let's take a look then. I could have like units shifted up over that way. It could be that we shift up the 15th Army headquarters. Maybe. I don't know, actually. I mean, do we shift supply or do we move the headquarters? Because we have 35,918 supply here. I mean, supply will flow down here. So enough supplies required at all other bases. Try and get it to be forced down that way. Good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, this is great. As we're going to have the 112th Regiment that can shift down there as well. Yep, so we'll have the 112th Regiment, the 55th Mountain Gun, and the 21st Medium Field Artillery Battalion. And 2 days later, we'll have the Imperial Guard Division. That is a sentence you don't get to say often enough. We'll have the Imperial Guard. Lovely old battleships. Fuso, Issei, well, Issei, Nagato. Slow at first day. And they're actually over here at Camaran Bay. Or Nagato has actually been in battle. Nagato and Mutsu. They were in battle with the American cruiser force. Yeah, what I plan on doing is actually having the baby Kido Butai sent to Camaran Bay, link up with the escort carriers and the battleships there, also rearm and etc. And then I'm going to have them sent into the... I'm going to say into like the Sulu Sea, the Celebes Sea, into that general area there, but obviously they can support operations on Mindanao, they can, well, obviously they can support operations against Borneo and Celebes as well. But this is brilliant, at least we can get these units moving here. It's a shame that the units are all the way out to Luganville, otherwise we would actually been able to reform the 55th Division, but oh well. Okay. Yeah, and to Malacca we go. So that is 3 regiments, 2 units of artillery that are going to be moving out. Obviously, they're going to take time to get there, but yeah, 2-3 days, these guys will be there as well. It's going to be great. Soon enough, we'll actually have the division. Yeah, the Imperial Guard Division. RTA is going to stay here. Yep, these guns will be marching. That's really good news. So we'll be looking at, not too far off really, a division sort of equivalent in men. Not so much in terms of equipment, but not too far off. Yeah, Manila is kind of a central logistical universe. It's like, if I could use Manila I would do, but I can't really do that with Bataan. I have to defang it really. Right, I don't need to supply Manila, do I? I can have the fuel gathered there. Resources as well. It's fine. Obviously I do need a garrison here. Right, unpack. 33rd Division elements moving up. 14th Army, yep, we'll be at Clark next turn. That's good news. Other divisions moving south, the naval forces moving, the 2nd Formosan division moving to Antamonan. Okay, obviously they'll be picked up over here. I'll see you later, Tobias. Have a great one, my friend. Ooh, last class of the day. Have a good one, my friend. See, I love it with you Americans, like how you like watching in between classes. That's crazy to me. That's pretty cool, though. I like that. Really humbling that you guys actually tune in, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So... I'm going to transfer the 15th Army. I think there's a lot to be said about that. Obviously, we'll have other headquarters moving down to that area. But if I can actually get a headquarters down to that area from the get-go, then we should stand to benefit to a much larger degree. You have two options for dealing with the only major resistance in the Philippines: wait for them to starve or force them to waste the supply till they die. And what we're going to do is basically allow our forces to rest at Clark, and then they're going to march on to Bataan. As far as it goes, I'm going to just use air power for the most part to reduce them. It'll be quite good for us as well, as obviously we'll be able to gather that experience from, well, the ground experience. Well, ground attack experience. Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell you to go at 10,000 feet just in case. Obviously, we'll have forces run long-range combat air patrol over here for the most part. I went a long way on that one. Destination Malacca. And you. No quick way to get to this one, is there? Yeah, transfer the 15th Army. Now, the 15th Army, obviously planned for Singapore. It's a couple thousand men there, it's going to take some time, but that's additional support here. But obviously we'll work again with supply here. But this has been good, very good. How's the fast transport? Load has been completed, fantastic. So they're going to hit Kuantan next turn. So Kuantan's going to fall to our forces next turn, so obviously then these forces can march down here as well. Temala's going to fall next turn, then assuming it's empty, which I can imagine it is. So in the next turn as well, he's going to lose basically the entirety of Northern Malaya. And there's going to be forces moving down to Malacca next turn. I'm going to have... Jesus. It's actually worked out really well here. It's actually going to work out very well. And I think what we'll do then, so let's make sure that we've got everything moving that can move. Obviously these forces are going to be moving there. So then strategic, we're going to get some AA down here to Malacca. Okay. What I'm going to do then... and this is it, do I sweep over here at all? I'm going to sweep over the top of Mersing, actually, considering that we'll be sending ground pound there. So sweep over Mersing, you're sweeping over Malacca. Right. Sweep over Johor Bahru. Using our air power offensively here. I don't imagine he'll have combat air power over Temala. So escort. 20,000 feet then, yep. Yeah, fatigue's quite good as well. And so we're going to have their target as Mersing then. Then again, do I have them target Mersing, or would I be better off targeting Johor Bahru? I think I'd be better off targeting Johor Bahru, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to save that. So I'm not going to march into Mersing to engage him anyway. So I think we need to focus our efforts on Johor Bahru then. So I think a massive air effort against Johor Bahru, I think that'd be working well. Singapore, the big surprise. Yeah, it's going to be tough, but if we actually catch them here with men outside the actual base, it's going to make it significantly easier. A couple of destroyers over here, apparently. Air power will be able to reduce that pretty quick sharp. Okay, you're escorting, you're sweeping over Mersing. What we're going to do then is just maximum effort over Johor Bahru. I think we need to do a little bit of shock and awe on this one. That was your range 8. Continue to have you run escort for the time being. Don't need to bother with the 100% combat air patrol, so... Let's run 50% combat air patrol for the time being. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. I mean, if we can smash Baru, obviously considering the fact that there's less numbers there. Be considerate of the enemy aircraft in Singapore. Well, this is it. I mean, he's got about 50 fighters there, but I'm going to be sending, like, what, 100 zeros? Not to mention the Ki-43s, obviously, other aircraft as well. We're really going to throw everything against Johor Bahru here. Yeah, escort to Kuala Lumpur. So we're going to go with escort over Kuala Lumpur. Sorry, Johor Bahru. Yep, so that's another 22 fighters there. So you take a look at the numbers there. 38 zeros, another 18 zeros, 44 zeros. That's a good few zeros right there. Yep. But obviously the Ki-43-1Bs are going to be going over, so that's another 22 there. That's a fair amount of fighters. And you take a look at the 139 there, just minus the 9, and yeah, that entire block is flying that way. So what we're going to do here then is gather all of the actual Ki-21s. Go for ground attack. I think we'll go for about... I'm going to say about 15,000 feet. The reason being they're going to be closer to the actual fighters and not going to be too low in altitude, so well, it's going to hurt if we obviously get picked off by fighters anyhow, but at least they're not going to suffer too badly. They might have more of a chance, to be fair. Right, target Johor Bahru. There's actually no aircraft over here at Johor Bahru as far as we can see. We're going to hit the ground. I mean, the thing is it worthwhile to send all of our squadrons? It might be worthwhile just to send the largest squadron. Yeah, I think what I'll do then is actually send the largest squadron. So, tell you to stand down for the time being. Just train. What we'll do then, let's take a look at our actual aircraft. I think I'll send the largest bomber squadron. And then at least the actual chances of things going terribly, terribly wrong are just lower, aren't they? So 99, experience 57 there, yep, okay. So I'm going to send the 62nd Sentai Squadron. Ground attack. What I'll do then, we'll go for about 12,000 feet. Bugger it, might as well go, go in for it, really. Yeah. No, I got 12,000. So I'm going to hit Johor Bahru. What I'm going to try and do here then is really just try and slow his forces down if we can do. Put that range up. There we go. In fact, I'll have them at 15,000 feet, then I can have the Ki-43-1Bs actually fly 15. There we go, they're going to fly 15 feet, 1,000 feet. Not 15 feet, Jesus. They just pancake. Okay, from over here then. We do have the Ki-48 Lilies, but I'm going to wait for the actual forces here to gather. I do have Ki-43-1As. The range 12. Hentai squadrons. You actually say that. We have apparently hentai squadrons, and we have the kawaii squadron. And that's really good. Kawaii detachment. I love that one. The cute detachment. Honestly, that cheered me up. That made my day. In of itself, really. Okay. So we're going to have the additional Ki-43 1As on this too. Have them about... yeah, well, we'll go with about 20,000 feet. I could have them just sweep themselves, to be fair, but the thing is, if I have them sweep, there's every chance that they sort of get... Yeah, the issue is the bombers are here, and obviously it's not going to work well for coordination between the bombers at Kota Bahru and the fighters over here. Johor Bahru is in range. I might just go ahead and actually throw them on sweep, to be honest. Yeah, we'll throw them on a sweep mission. So that's another 18 fighters there. Granted, they're not very good, but I think it's going to be a war of attrition there. If we can actually wear him down with the actual sweeps, then that's going to be quite good. Ideally, they arrive beforehand, but they more than likely will do. And these Ki-43s are going to be replaced at some point in the future anyhow. The issue is obviously if we lose them, we don't have anything to replace them with. Not quite yet. I mean, I could have them replaced by Ki-43-1Cs perhaps, but not yet. So we'll have them sweep there at Johor Bahru as well. If only the quiet detachment to use female pilots, then we'd be anime, yeah. Yeah, when real life catches up with anime. Okay, we've got the other Ki-43s over here. I could potentially have that squadron shifted south. The additional aircraft will be ready tomorrow. The pilots are very good as well. Okay, what do you guys reckon then? We could have that squadron actually shifted down here to Malacca. The other ones would arrive by the rail. Fuel here, no supply. Or I could have them shifted up to Kota Baru, and then we know there's actual aviation support there and available. But I would be losing aviation support. I think what we'll do here then is, let's see. Shame that we not have any aviation engineers moving immediately. So obviously they're not really be doing anything this time, but we could potentially have them actually escort bombers in then. I think we'll have them shifted to Malacca. Yeah, not many of them actually made it over here then. Shame that they're damaged. Right, okay, so these aircraft are on their way down via the rail system. That's fine. So we absolutely need to get aviation support here then to Kuala Lumpur pretty quickly. Quick sharp. What's the garrison here at Bangkok? Yeah, so you have to stay. Guard Battalion. Let's keep them there for the time being. At least it blocks the road and rail line. Yeah, which is blocking the road and rail. Yeah, blocking the roads down here. So we can actually make do with that for the time being. And once we do have Singapore, we'll be able to move up that area via naval transport, to be fair. I mean, once we do have Singapore as well, we're going to have forces to actually send towards that area. But I'm going to say just maximum effort towards the Dutch East Indies, to be honest. Right, so we'll have a 25th Army down there too. AA is going to be moving. Move to Malacca. Move to Kuala Lumpur. Gonna move. I'm going to move this engineer unit to, well, to Malacca, actually. I could do with actually building up an airfield there pretty quickly. Having a larger one would definitely be very, very useful. At least I would be able to base more planes there. Obviously, if I could base my fighters there at Malacca and my bombs at Kuala Lumpur, that'd be great. How much more you need to do and how much longer will the stream be? Well, we'll finish a stream off tomorrow, more than likely. God damn it, GM. The planes can fly this turn. I mean, the ones that are obviously on the ground are going to be suffering. The reason they're... well, the reason why they're there this turn is... well, what we might be able to do is actually use them to escort, but I'm going to have them run combat air patrol over Malacca. What I'd like to do is potentially intercept any bombs that might come this way. I want to get them here. I'd rather them be here and suffer a little bit, but at least obviously they'll be here when the engineers arrive. I want them to be here and able to contribute rather than contribute too late, if you get what I mean. So, what we'll do then is have them run escort, I suppose, but we'll run the combat air patrol. So I'm going to run about 70% combat air patrol, 30% rest here. 20,000 feet. God damn, I fucking love memes. Okay, these forces need to move. And they are doing that's good then. It's going to be about, what, 2 days before aviation support arrives in the area, so not long. RTA is going to stay. Right, move it to Malacca. So it's no aviation support, but at least we'll actually have engineers begin building the base so quickly. If an airfield's close by to Sumatra, you might wish to send small squadrons of a few aircraft to combat air patrol the area just in case. Perhaps we've hit Medan quite hard. We saw that he did have bombers there. But at least we're going to be able to protect Malacca here. Obviously a lot of forces could be moving in here. Obviously if we can try and hit his bombers whenever they might be coming from, then that'd be quite good. But yeah, we're going to be sending a lot of bombers, well, a lot of fighters down here. A lot of them. 1 squadron of bombers. Do you think you can beat historical Japan and take into Singapore? I bloody well hope so. It'd be nice. I'd be able to salvage a little bit of honour. But in reality, when Singapore's fall, well, whenever it falls really. We'll try and bring it about by the quickest circumstances possible, but we'll have to see how things go. I think this is going to be good though. This is giving us a good boost here. And honestly, I wish I could see his reaction. I mean, the Philippines, it's really all about Bataan. In Mindanao is going to be an interesting one. Going well though. Unloading still here. Yeah. What is that, the AA? Yeah, Field AA Battalion. That's good news then. So, the good thing about Miri now then is of course that we do have engineers here. We do have AA here, an actual decent amount of flak here. Not like loads and loads, but it's better compared to anything elsewhere. We also have some zeros here to protect Miri too. Which is very good, yeah. These guys have very little fatigue. So what we're going to do here then is, I can actually even use them potentially to support the area. It's not a very large squadron though. How many zeros do we actually have? So we have 7 here in replacement pool. we're going to need them over the Malaya. But what I'm going to do here then is actually have these guys run 60-40. Escort over Marine. So that's good then, at least we'll be able to somewhat protect our oil and refineries. That'd be nice. Yep, I need to get that armor moving. I mean, the question is, I might launch a bombardment attack against his forces here in Mersing. The only thing is, though, if I do that, I think we'll wait and see what his forces are doing. Because what I might be able to do here, then, is if, I could actually use the forces of Mersing to slow his enemy, well, slow the opposing force there. If they try to extricate themselves from Mersing, we bombard them with the men here in Mersing itself. That should ideally slow them down. And then obviously we're going to be hitting Johor Bahru with the air power. Not much in the way of bombers, it's going to be more so using... we'll use the bombers to obviously hit the ground. But we're going to be running a lot of fighters over there. There's something to be said about... I don't know, what do you guys reckon, Ben? Is it worth our time? I just get horrible flashbacks of losing loads of bombers, so I think we'll go ahead and take out a lot of his fighters first and foremost, actually, see how that goes. I'll go for that. Had to go look at ice hockey as Finland was actually tailing against the Danes, but after the second period, all is good in the hood as we lead 2-1. I'm not gonna lie, dude, I have no idea about ice hockey, but I can imagine the Finnish are bloody brutal at it. Is escort the right mission type for protecting the base? What you do is you have them, I mean, you can have them like, well, if you have them on sweep, they're gonna go out and just sweep over the base. If you have them on escort, I mean, escort itself is just like a general sort of thing. You do obviously have, like, how, I'll go ahead and explain this, sorry. So, for example, with the KI-43-1Cs over here, so they're on escort, but their combat patrol is set to 70%, and their target is Malacca. So they're going to obviously stay around Malacca. 30% of the squadron is set to rest. And I love these aircraft. Can't wait to get better aircraft, but yeah, these guys aren't bad. No zero, but hey. Somewhat tempted to have them sent over here as well, but I think having, 100 zeros, 100 plus zeros is going to be probably enough. I'd imagine. It's like we'll have, in terms of fighters, like, what, 2 to 3 times? Yeah, we've got a few squadrons, about 3? Yeah, about 3 of the zero squadrons, yeah. All of the zero squadrons are going to be sweeping Johor Bahru. Got the KI-43s from Taiping. No, actually from a low star, actually, really quite far away. Yeah, from a low star, they're going to be sweeping at Johor Bahru as well. So that's going to be KI-43-1As, that's like, what, 18 of them, or 22, something in that sort of region. And we have the KI-43-1Bs are in escort for the bombers. Aye, we've got a Canadian here. I should be able to talk shit about ice hockey all day. Okay. I got a Tojos here. What's the range? So Johor Bahru is... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll send in the Tojos too. Be the first time actually using the Tojos. Oh, don't you... Right, 8 hexes? Are we still within range? Yeah, boy! We're probably going to lose some Tojos here to, like, combat... Well, to operational, but I think it'd be worthwhile this time. So we'll have them run the actual escort here. 20,000 feet. I mean, these aircraft have some good gun value. It's basically a KI-43-1C, but with an additional 2 7.7s bolted on there as well. Speed's very good too. It's an aircraft that we actually don't have access to yet. It's pretty much a prototype for the most part. My nephew's cousin is currently playing in the Memorial Cup, Stanley Cup, and Major Junior Hockey. That's pretty cool. Nice, another casual, almost 3-hour stream. Thank you for your sacrifice for enjoyment. Yeah, I don't know, right? I mean, this is why I rely on you guys to consider becoming patrons, because at the end of the day, it's a long time. I don't mind doing it because obviously it's a passion, but It wouldn't hurt to be able to have it pay the bills for the most part either. I'm going to say, yeah, that should do that. These forces I'm going to say just hold on, don't bombard as of yet. Shame about the naval guard here, but that's okay. Let's double check that these forces are moving. So Malacca, Paka, Akawaka, Mikamaka Moo. RTA. Actually, what's the Thai borders like? Okay, the border ends there, so what I'm going to do is actually move one of those RTA divisions to Taiping, actually. Or even, actually, Georgetown isn't... Well, Georgetown does need a garrison. A lot of things need a garrison here. Indeed, Dave the Rake. I like that. Oh, I can divide these units. Oh, fantastic. I'll save my bacon here. Right, strategic move and you to Taiping. Oh, brilliant. I can actually use the RTA to actually garrison this area. Brilliant news. Shame we can't move to Georgetown, but obviously can march into Georgetown. There we go. And then the other one can stay here. Ah, brilliant news. What do I actually need in terms of... Okay, so this one doesn't actually need a garrison. Okay. Nice. Nice. Very happy about that. Indeed. What I could do here then is actually take this RTA division. Yeah, this RTA division. I could have them shifted over this way. They could then begin marching over to this base, maybe. Though I'd rather begin marching from Bangkok. Another RTA division. We'll see no garrison requirement here. What about Kotobaru? No garrison requirement. No garrison requirement, okay. In fairness, then, what I can do here is bring the the RTA back. Do I not have any Royal Thai here? No. Okay, these forces, their job's done. Their job was to actually hit Kuantan, but we remembered then about the house rule, so yeah, they can head back. They're going to go in garrison. We'll actually have a Royal Thai army gathered around Bangkok, and then we're going to make an offensive against this part of Thailand, actually. Against the Raj's possessions here. There we go. Have them shifted Bangkok. Then I'll do well. Okay, so we'll gather the Royal Thai divisions and have, well, the army divisions of Thailand. And have them begin to make their push against this strip of land over here. And then also can begin to make our push against Burma once we have additional Japanese troops available. That's good news. So if I make it to 3 hours, do I gain any new patrons today? One can dream. But no, I appreciate all the donations here. And just at the end of the day, look, you guys don't have to give me cash to do this. And it's really appreciated. It does help pay the bills, of course. But it's a passion. And at the end of the day, you guys have got your own bills to pay. Okay. So I think for the most part we are done here. We're going to have, I'm going to say one more stream on this, just to make sure everything's okay. Might give people some time to actually think things over. We also do need to take a look at the industry R&D, that sort of stuff as well. Okay. This division, I'm going to say about 2 days, and then we'll actually be engaging these Chinese forces over here. It's about 26,000. Okay. Right, I do have these men here. What I'm actually going to do is transfer these engineered units to Kaifeng. Right, so base unit. I'll have these units transferred. Right, move them to Kaifeng. Right, 4th Brigade. Thank you very much, there, Rez. Yep, there we go, we can rebuild that unit. Fantastic. Very good, very good. Okay, have that unit move strategically. I'm gonna have it moved over here to Qingchao. Though. Yeah, to Qingchao. At least then I can actually form something of a garrison in that area. We'll see how things turn out. Yeah, Midway did come under attack. It has been bombarded by 2 American battleships among like destroyers and escorts, and of course it's been hit by air power, so Midway is under attack at the moment. But we'll keep things up. So we've got the Oilers. They're going to be setting out that way. Though, let's see. So that distance there is at 19 hexes. Just double check. Yep, 19 hexes, okay. I mean, let's take a look at that. I might have them meet over there where the coral reefs are, perhaps. Let's take a look. How is that actually? Yep, okay. That's good news then. So we'll actually head for the coral over here, actually. That'll actually give us some protection over here. It means that we can only be approached from these hexes down to the south. Of course, they could go around. But it doesn't mean that they could just run directly into us. So at least that is actually something of a sheltered position. It's about midway between New Caledonia and Australia as well, which is good news. We're going to have our infantry turn around and head to Luganville. I just need to get them unloaded. We do have some submarines actually near. God, press all the wrong buttons here. Ah. There we go. Yep. We do have about 3... Yeah, we do have a couple of submarines in this area, but I think what's going to happen is he's going to end up having to... Well, he's going to retire down this way at some point soon. So I think what we're going to do here then is just keep the element of surprise. He will return to Midway. He's expended munitions. He is going to return to Midway with his battleships. That I can be pretty much assured of, to be honest. So we'll have him make his way down that island chain. Might even look at rearranging those patrol patterns, maybe one up the centre, one up to the right, and then at least it's like a solid 3. Yeah, that'd work out well. Have that sorted out, and then at least we might have a chance to actually haul in a American battleship, and that would be rather amusing. I mean, that would be so very amusing if he actually set out and got torpedoed on the way back. That would be great. Well, you know, it's interesting actually, those battleships have come out of Pearl Harbor and we had no idea. No idea at all. We know where one carrier is, and he's blatant about that one because he doesn't fear reprisal. But yeah, we still don't know where the American carriers are, at least the other ones, and yeah, it's a very real threat. There's a part of me that thinks, okay, good chance he's actually heading down to Luganville, but... I don't know. It's a worrisome prospect. I need that airfield set up at Luganville ASAP. When about just near halfway there, additional engineers are going to be on their way to the area too soon. So at least we'll actually have the support in place to actually get things set up immediately once stuff is ready. We'll see. Yeah, that would be Silent Hunter 3 level of submarinary. Indeed. We have additional submarines returning over this way as well, so I don't know. I don't know where his carriers have gone. Partly cloudy, right, cloudy over here. I'd be really interested if you actually did move some forces over here to Midway, like, i.e. landed forces at Midway. They've taken some damage there, but it's still 72 assault value, and the thing is, it's like, he would be performing a shock attack on the first turn. That's not too much fun. Issue is, it's like we've been stuck at 10% for a long time now. That's obviously due to the fact that engineers have left the island. And the port is damaged, the airfield's heavily damaged. Yeah, he's knocking it out. But the thing is, I've got a lot of supply over here, but that's fine. That's going to keep these men basically going for a long while. If I can get some engineers over here, then we'll be able to build up build up the fortifications, to be honest. Fortifications first and foremost, just make it an absolute bitch for him to take. And I would like to retrieve the rest of the regiment and just leave behind a naval guard. But yeah. That's the intention here. And the malaria zone is a good name for an indie band. Oh dear. What about the cold zones? That sounds right. And it does intrigue me that, I mean, we're going to be doing this in the next session really, is looking at obviously this aspect of the operations around here. It does intrigue me that, yeah, we see a tanker here supposedly, a troop transport. We've actually done well around here with the actual submarines, they've actually done pretty damn well. I'm really happy that we actually did take out those Warhawks. I mean, sinking 18 Warhawks is probably going to hurt him. I mean, I wish I could see his reaction, because that would be amazing. I'd like to see his reaction when he sees the landings in Malaya, and return after he sees all the men down there suddenly. He's going to be like, shit. I mean, this is it. It's one of these things of, even if you fear, even if you know that base is going to fall, you're probably still better off leaving some men there just so it doesn't fall without a fight. Because had there been men there at Malacca and Kuala Lumpur, things could have been radically different, and we would have been in a very different position. But now we're in a very good one, very strong one, and one that should ideally bring victory to the forces of the Empire. So I'm going to say, Tenno Haika Banzai here, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so very much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this, please do consider becoming a patron, and but most importantly, please do go ahead and click that subscribe button if you're not already, and hit that bell icon. Now, of course, likes don't go amiss either. It does actually make it much easier for my content to be found on YouTube by new viewers, as YouTube is, is a very, I don't know, it's like the politically correct Hydra at the moment. The mainstream media strikes a head off, so it grows another one, and then that other head makes really stupid changes. But indeed, thank you so very much. We should be back. I should be fine to stream again tomorrow. Actually, what day is it today? Thursday? Yep, 6 o'clock tomorrow, more than likely. Until then, thank you very much, guys. See you tomorrow.